And you guys decided to return to Otari and rest up and unload all your loot.
Yep.
And everybody should be rested up. Full health.
Yep.
As you guys wake up, I don't know if we've talked about it in the inn that you're staying at in Otari, the Rowdy Rockfish, right? I don't know if we've discussed it or not, but are you guys basically like in one room together, kind of like one of those one room, multiple beds, or are you spending the extra money to have your own rooms?
I'd probably pay to have my own.
Yeah, well, I think we make fairly decent money adventuring at this point.
Agreed.
Like,
Yeah,
a room is a couple of silver. We're making more than that in a single weapon drop, so yeah.
All right, just wanted to know like if you're in the same room or not. Codon, it's still pretty early in the morning as you're kind of waking up, and you realize like there's like an urgent sounding like tapping at your bedroom door in the inn.
Tapping. Only this, nothing more.
Yeah, you were like dreaming of like a woodpecker or something.
A raven.
Or a raven. Picking at something, and you wake up and you kind of like realize you're still hearing the sound.
At my chamber door. Okay.
So what do you do?
Oh, I investigate the tapping.
I mean, it's as you kind of like shake the sleep away and kind of sit up. It's obvious someone's knocking at your door.
I will go and answer the door.
Alrighty, so you straight across the room, open the door. You see Rin standing at the door there, and she seems pretty frazzled. You know, it's still fairly early. It looks like her clothes are still like, you know, she's not quite as put together as normal. She seems to be kind of like flustered a bit, and she was like, "Oh, finally one of you answered. I've been knocking at doors for like 20 minutes now. No one's waking up.
Who else did you try?
You guys, I've had a vision."
Okay.
Like, I don't know. Like I was just knocking on doors trying to find one of you guys.
Okay. I'm interested to hear. Let me see if I can round up the others. I'll go knock on the others' doors and say, Rena's had a vision. I'm assuming like everyone else is not having like a deep sleep where they can't wake up, right? Just didn't happen to knock on their doors.
Yeah, and you could tell she was kind of nervous on like, am I waking someone up that's not this person? Trying to find one of you guys, but she seems...
Okay.
Yeah.
It sounds like she was knocking timidly, so... He described it as a tapping rather than...
Yeah, like a mix between timid, where it's not pounding, but also kind of rapid and urgent, you know. And she seems pretty frazzled. And as you guys round up everyone else, and pick somewhere to talk, she's just talking at you like a mile a minute, and you know, kind of, she's like, you know, you guys, I keep doing readings. Like I've gotten some readings. I think you guys you're about to. Yeah, you're. I see danger in your path. I've seen that you've missed something important.
What did we miss?
She's like, it doesn't tell me exactly. I just what I've seen is that if you continue on your path as you were going to, it could be disastrous for you. That there's something you've overlooked or something. She kind of starts asking you have you made any recent discoveries? Like what's the new updates? Like you guys have you found the source of the light? The what?
The Ghost Gate. We met the ghost of Otari, and he has directed us to find artifacts and remnants of his compatriots so we could pass like this spiritual barrier that is up, like we're putting ourselves in their vestments and we'll be able to pass that, but that's a new thing.
She seems kind of blown away a bit. She's like, you spoke with Otari?
Indeed.
What did he say? Like this.
Also development. Possibly Belcura is back or never left. Right.
Possibly.
I mean, we don't know that. I mean, we're being told that by Otari or something claiming to be Otari. Like, if Belcora is back, they're on the other side of that impenetrable deal.
I see. It's a lot to take in. She's like, Belcora, like, I always thought that was maybe a little bit of a myth, but her being back is definitely not good. She says, well, all I know is that I had a disturbing reading. I was thinking about your guys' progress and wondering, and I was doing a fortune reading, and the stars, they've told me that you're, I see disaster in your future, that there's something you've overlooked.
Did I leave my toaster on?
Bath running or something?
Could it be that leaving the ghost of Otari is not the thing we should do?
You guys know that, like, it seemed like to you guys that you put him to rest when you spoke with him and promised to try to stop Belcora and all that.
I believe there's somebody here in town. I want to say the mayor, who is a descendant of one of Otari's compatriots, but I don't feel like not going to see them right away. It doesn't seem that ominous, that monumental of a thing. Like, we still have to gather relics of like 4 other people. I don't see any one of them being more urgent than the others. I can't think of anything else. Up at the top of the lighthouse, did we just kind of like put a pillowcase over that thing and say good enough and walk away? Maybe?
Yeah, you like some like
blankets or whatever.
Blankets and stuff, yeah. Rin says, I highly doubt blankets are going to solve this problem. Surely we can. There's got to be more we can do.
I think, correct me if I'm wrong, we think the source of that is the light that we've been seeing on multiple floors, and its source is still down further, I think. Like, we haven't gotten below it that we know of, have we?
No. You haven't gotten below what?
The lighthouse has like that beam of light that's like under it. That bad mojo light thing that we've seen, and like on some of the floors we can like it's in the middle of a room or whatever. And we're like, yeah, that's the same thing that's on the floor above. It's an energy beam or whatever.
You did find in like the library area where that beam was happening, and I believe you found below that where the purple worm, the dead purple worm was.
And we think that like its source is still down lower, right? Or do we?
Yeah, it's still the light is still coming up, like so on levels.
Right. So,
Yeah, levels like A, B, and C. You found like that circular. I think it was like C was the library where was the lowest you've gone and found it. There was level B. I think had the purple worm.
Yeah, like on level C, it's called Magical Light, and it's in that round room, kind of in the southern half.
Yeah.
And then the altar is not the bottom of that beam of light, is it?
There was no beam of light from the altar, and the room was kind of hexagonal instead of round like the other ones have been. Like it's possible, but like yeah,
like I think it's further to the north.
Yeah, it's further to the north than the tower was.
We'd be talking maybe about like the Mistress of Pain. We left her running amok.
Who was in that little room? Yeah,
but
she
also doesn't seem like she's that momentous.
The mayor is a descendant of Asafina Menhems, but
yeah, look at my tongue.
Yep, and
wasn't there like a museum in town that also had relics of that party?
Well, they at the Dawnflower Library, they have some, and they have like duplicates, but you know they have a lot of items, you know, kind of secured away. It tells you the blacksmith Carmen Regini was is a descendant of Vol Regini, their fighter. Him and Menhems have clashed heads. Like he's run for town mayor, and he's, you know, not happy with the way Osif is doing things, and kind of it's a bit bitter about it.
Unless it's like not out at the ruins, like the only thing I can think of at the ruins is the like we threw a blanket over the watchtower, over the lighthouse rather. Like other than that, like I can't think of anything else. Like I think we're missing something. I'm missing what we're missing. I mean, we could go see those people. We could see if they have some family heirlooms or whatever. But like that doesn't. I mean, it doesn't feel like the urgency that I'm getting from her. Like I feel like she's talking about something else.
Yeah, she says, the readings, they're not specific; they're more general. I feel like you've overlooked something. Is there like maybe something you've passed and you didn't find information, or
there was this weird hallway or stairway that kept going in circles.
That illusionary wall. Yeah. Ew.
And we went around in circles, but we never got to the center.
I always felt like we were going up, we just kept ending up at the same spot.
Okay, so are we convinced that the light is not what we're missing, that the blanket was the correct approach, or
long term, no. The blanket is not going to be sufficient, but
could everyone give me like a recall knowledge check as you're kind of thinking about like what this could be?
Yes.
Kick-ass, you are you guys are all thinking about it, and you kind of like remember, like you're like just kind of thinking about the places you've been, and you realize that there's a few places like there's like on the first level the little outbuildings, on the second level, like you guys there was the areas where there's mushroom-eyed people were, you didn't really, there was like more hallways down there that you didn't pursue. There's been some kind of areas earlier on that you guys have that you haven't really, you just pushed forward. I think level C you guys pretty thoroughly checked most things over.
Where we had maps.
Yeah.
So maybe just start at the beginning again and just go over everything with a fine-tooth comb. Anything that we were scared off from before, we're probably better equipped to deal with now. We could just start at the beginning and just give everything a once over.
Yeah.
Okay, so should we head back to the mushroom people and see if we can figure out what we're...
Yeah, I'm thinking start right at ground level and just go over everything again. And ensure that, like, we've definitely opened every door, we've definitely searched every room.
Rin's still very intrigued about you speaking to Otari in the force field area, and she is like, so you got Otari's, you got an item from Otari that he says would work, and you need more items from the other heroes?
Correct.
She said, well, you know what I can do is talk to Vandy. Vandy would probably know, like Vandy would know stuff like what items we could use, and if, like, you know, I know that the Dawnflower Library has some artifacts and some other things might be family heirlooms or whatnot, but you know, I can recruit Vandy to help her research, and while you guys are kind of backtracking a little bit, I'll go talk to Vandy and get her help to maybe we can figure out what items would be good. We'd probably need the town's approval to take them out of the town, but if this is gonna help protect the town, you know, Osif better not try to stop us. So she's basically telling you she'll talk to Vandy and have her help research, maybe get what items we need or we can get, and all that.
Okay.
Just greatly appreciate anything that we are fighting for the town.
So plan is you guys prep, have breakfast, head out, and start at level 1.
Yeah, just check everything. All the places that we know we haven't been thoroughly over.
100% completion of this. Because that's what we do.
Percent.
Like the things that we weren't necessarily following up on, we hadn't thought was important, but apparently something we missed is important. So we're not going to know what that is until we find it.
Anything you wanted to do before you guys head out? And I know, Kodan, you had mentioned thinking you had more healing potions or anything. Did you guys want to buy more before you head out, or I think you've been doing okay with treat wounds and stuff, but
how much does it cost per healing potion again?
depending on which one you want to buy.
The minor ones are like 5 gold or something, I think.
Yeah,
Oh.
4 gold. If you go to Ren's has
That's the designer ones.
yeah, the designer ones, the reliable ones. The reliable ones are a little more expensive. For the minor, it's 6 gold, and for the lesser, it's 14. The difference with those ones is that instead of like, they're guaranteed is like the lesser is 2d4 plus 13, so you're guaranteed at least 15 healing points from it. And then the minors, you're guaranteed at least 5.
I'm gonna start off checking this bush over here.
Yes,
I want to
we
make
should
sure
do
this
that
bush
just in case.
is very tracked.
Yeah, you
Gonna take a turn.
We find 10 gold.
a couple snakes. As you shake the bush, a couple snakes go out of it, but other than that, it's nothing that interesting.
I'm gonna turn that snake into a shoe.
You
A
kind of
leather
hear
shoe.
you hear a voice. You hear like a voice from the top, like, "Hey, who goes there?"
I thought we.
It's you guys. And then you
Yeah.
see a couple little mifflets pop their heads out.
I thought we took care of those guys. They come back.
Well, you killed the ones that were stationed in here. Yeah.
But then we spoke with the others. They told us about the mushroom-eyed people and to be wary of them and gave us a quest to eliminate them.
Okay.
I mean,
That was approximately 42 years ago, real time.
I was gonna say it was like forever and a half ago.
2 or 3 days,
we-
like in game time, I think. Maybe
It was
more.
longer than 2 or 3 days, but yeah, in real life, like it was when we were on the first level.
Investigate missing fish.
And just one more, just kind of quick reminder is like, while the town is like worried about this light and wants it done, like you're under no like super strict time constraints as far as you know. If we don't,
We just have to save the world before the end of the world.
yeah, before it ends.
You know what's funny is it was literally, I think, a year ago. Because I got on my notes, August 2023. Yeah.
It was that long ago, my friend. Like, it was a heckin' minute.
Yep.
Yeah, we fought a couple of them and found out that there were not like outrageous numbers, but more of them. And at the time, we weren't necessarily ready to deal with that many of them. And YFL talked to us. We spoke to them. They told us about the mushroom people, and I don't know what they were promising us in reward. Is that in the journal?
Probably,
Oh, no,
but
they're just but they gave us a quest to eliminate the
it was very vague. Like
it was the guy was
pile of
boss
shiny.
wrong.
Gems and
Gotcha.
valuable shinies.
It is in our journal though. Kill mushroom-eyed intruders. Boss strong is the mislit thing.
And I'm pretty sure that you guys, like when you fought them, like realized that they were not. I mean, the mushroom-eyed people is a weird, like just what they call them. And as you got to them, they're
People with like
you
cloudy
realized-
eyes.
Yeah, they were like Morlocks is what they were called. Very Gollum-like, Smeagol type characters. I think you guys did a recall knowledge on them a bit, and you know that they were like basically like believed to be like humans who just went too deep underground and stayed there for too long and kind of evolved a little differently, but pretty violent, crazy ones. But they're just kind of like, oh yeah, it's you guys. Hey, you kill all those bastards yet? All those meanies. Boss said you were gonna clear them out so we can go home.
Not all of them yet. We're working on it.
We have reduced their number. We're actually on our way to take care of that now.
Is the thing in the water still wandering around in the water?
I think we
You killed it.
dealt with that.
I think that like you'll see like I'll pop it back up, but it's not quite it's not quite like perfect, but it's like kind of like duct tape and bubble gum stuck together, like the bridge that you broke. You guys go over it one at a time, and it's creaky and it's like, you know, shaky, but it holds together. Are you following along, Kick-Ass, or?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Oh no,
Okay.
I didn't realize I could open it from that far away. I didn't mean to do that.
No, yeah. The arms reach.
Yeah, I just meant to like give it a highlight, thinking I was out of reach, and it clicked open.
Okay.
We have opened it before. Like we know what we're expecting, whether or not expectations will be met. But we expect some giant flies in there.
Okay. So do we want to go in there or?
Stone them and search in the room.
We want to just like light a Molotov cocktail and throw it in there, right? Don't we have like an alchemist who has like flammable things that we can toss in there and close the door again?
That is an option. That also is going to burn anything else as well.
Are we looking for loot, or are we looking just to clean up missing creatures?
We're missing something important. We don't know what that is yet.
Okay.
But I don't think burn everything to the ground is the answer.
Are you sure?
That's the solution to everything.
I mean, it is a solution. I don't think it's the best solution in this case. I think we have better options. I'm gonna see what we can do that is low resource cost. I mean, we're up at 4th level. We don't quite have to be so stingy with some of our resources either. So I'm open to like being more spell happy. But I think we could probably quickly overwhelm them, knowing what we're expecting, and then just go in there and knock them down. They're just big flies. If we want, before the door opens, because it lasts up to a minute, I could precast something like Bless.
That seems like a
or other
thing
such.
to do.
Do we have anything else we want to do? I can also give people like increased damage on their weapon.
Just energy. I don't think that's going to be a problem with the flies.
Well, if this is like level 1, that might be overkill, but I'm not gonna say no.
Right.
We could. I could try open the door and cast Leap.
Knock all the
Again,
bugs
I'm not gonna
out.
say no.
Now here's a question. Have we confirmed that there's still monsters in it? It might be a mundane question, but
The last time we were here, there were giant flies in there, and we said, "Ew, gross," and shut the door and walked away.
Yeah.
That was like
Right.
3 days ago, or 5 days ago, or a day ago, or a week ago, something. A short number of days ago to the party, to the characters.
if
A year ago for us.
if I listen at the door, do I hear anything?
Go ahead and click on this perception check in the chat.
Okay. And it's probably a waste of doing anything, but
We're just standing here talking about it.
No, you're not really hearing anything.
okay. What happens if I open the door? I'll do a quick check to see what's in there. Close it. And then if we decide that sleep would be appropriate, we get the spell ready to go. I open the door, hit the ground, or actually just squat. Actually, I'm a halfling, so I could just stand up and wouldn't be a problem.
So you quickly open the door and take a peek inside, and then shut the door. Basically, that's what you see. You see, like, as you open the door, like the stench hits you.
still
There's
gross.
like, mound of filth and animal. It looks like a couple dead horses or something that were piled up in there, and you see like a couple giant maggots who are just, you know, having a buffet.
Minding their own business.
Yeah, it's gonna.
We're interrupting dinner
Okay.
time.
As you open the door and the light kind of pops in a little bit, they kind of squeal or screech and turn their heads to you, and then you shut the door.
Correct.
So, do we think we need magic? Do we just want to go in and stomp them?
Stomp them.
Let's do it.
I'm actually for magic. Maybe I'm just
Fair.
One thing to consider, I know you're for magic because it's quicker and easier, but it also resources, right? Like you're using
wanna
a
waste.
spell slot on.
Yeah.
Exactly. If we cast sleep now, we do not have a sleep spell later.
Might not need it later, but you never know. Just something to consider.
Exactly. It's the
But
silver hatchet
theoretically-
of the magical silver.
theoretically we could waste the spell, run back to town, rest, and then come back here.
Good.
hatchet. That is an option. We're not going back and forth to town after every spell slot.
Okay.
Yeah, not after.
Okay.
everyone. But yeah, like it sounds like Meredith hasn't got to cast sleep yet, and is kind of like, hey, I want to cast sleep. It's probably a good time to do it.
I was just offering up options of like at what scale do we think the threat is, and what resources do we want to commit to? This is the first thing we're doing today.
Yeah.
Okay. So I saw 2. So theoretically, I've got a missile. So someone opens the door, I send an arrow or send 2 arrows at the
Yeah, if we're going
One
to engage,
target.
what I'll do is say open the door and then we'll roll initiative. Because they know
okay.
you're there now.
If you want the dwarf to open the door so that you can shoot, do you want to move out of his way and stand behind him?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and
Yes,
get
I
in
do.
position.
So you can take the spot like right diagonal behind him there.
And I'll say just to make things kind of go more smooth. Like this is the first level. I don't think you need to super over, plan every. Like come up with a
Yeah,
plan
I
and
wasn't
go
trying
with
to
it.
meta it,
yeah,
but yeah, like this should be no problem.
And we'll say that the door is open at the beginning. And Zane, you were up.
I'm gonna grab one of the bones from that carcass and fling it. No, I will cast needle darts instead. That's what I was gonna do in the first place. Let's do regular steel one attack. Yeah, that looks like a good hit. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Nice.
Does it?
Smash the bug.
It does double damage and 2 bleed on a critical.
Nice.
So it probably just explodes, but it was supposed to be double damage on a crit. So shouldn't it have taken 22?
Did I not hit double? Isn't it just 2d4?
Or
No.
is it resistant then? No, it should be
I thought I hit double. I might not
84 to
have.
begin with, and then because it heightened 1, it should be 44 plus 2 instead of 3d4 plus 1, so it should be okay, you did cancel the original 11.
Yeah,
Okay.
I canceled
But
it.
it's still, yeah, dead. Yeah. And then I'm going to
That's your turn?
Yep.
sorry, there you go.
Or is-
Could you drag out my familiar for me since we're combating? Por favor.
He's like, hey, really good job killing that maggot there. Like, that was super tough. Makes you a big
Maggot
man.
killing a maggot.
Mhm. Why'd you do that to your brother? What did he do to you?
Oh, Shazam.
And then Kodon, you were up.
Okay. Wow.
Probably safe to say that that thing is dead.
Squishy, squishy. It's gonna make a mess all over me.
Oh yeah, it just explodes.
Gross.
Although in this room, I don't know if it makes that much of a difference. Yeah, that was on the borderline of like, do I just want to say, yeah, you guys come in and murderize these things fairly easily and take that
We
fun
stepped
away
on
from
the
them?
bugs.
Yeah.
Well, loot the bodies.
I mean, there's, Mezix can probably get some like bug guts that might be useful. It's some sort of alchemical.
Look around the room. Is there anything else stashed in the room? Anything in the bug or above, below, around? We came all the way to this room. Nothing? If
Give
not,
me a perception check. Did I not put that in the chat? There we go.
That was a waste of a...
So you notice, pretty much there's not much to notice other than the grossness stuff, but you do notice that like on the ceiling is a little trapdoor.
Oh. Hey, I see a trap door. I'm gonna open the trap door. Or, well, no. Check the trap door for traps, because it's got the word trap in it.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't. It looks like a pretty basic trapdoor. The only thing is like the ladder from it's missing. So you have to
I'd
jump
say
up
hoist
there.
me up, but I'm probably heavier than...
You look.
Hoist me up because I'm probably lighter than everyone.
Yeah, you look to the tiny little guy and be like, "Hey, give me a knee."
Okay. Stand on their shoulders and
The combined height is 7 feet.
can we?
I don't think we have anybody super tall. As long as it's not latched in any way and can just be like pushed open from below, my familiar could probably open it, but he doesn't have hands, so he can't like tie off a rope or anything.
We have grappling hooks, don't we? Doesn't someone have a grappling hook?
Yes, at least one.
Okay.
Better.
We
Made a whole
use
thing about that.
Yeah, we use a.
Yeah. I mean, you
We use a
figure out a
sword
way to
to
get up
open the
there,
door.
lifting each other or something. It's basically just a little parapet. It looks like it survived most of the collapse.
So,
Let that onto
you...
Do I see any secret passages or trapdoors?
I mean, it just mainly looks
Bad
out
example.
over the fog fan and the swamp.
Okay.
It's like-
I do
It's like a little roof, right? With a
Yeah.
know, little half roof where guard tower type thing.
Nowhere to go but come back down.
Okay. I come back down.
Cool. Do we want to deal with those kobold spirit? See what their deal is? Try to talk to them, or eliminate them, or put them to rest, or other?
We looked inside the horse itself, right? Obviously using like a knife or something. And we didn't find anything?
Oops.
Yeah, this looks like just like a room that for some reason A bunch of dead animal carcasses were thrown in here, probably to feed these flies and maggots. If you remember when you first came in here, you caught some of those mifflets trying to like train one of the maggots. It looks like it was a long abandoned like.
Yeah, I
little
recall
garden.
that. I didn't remember it until you said so.
Yeah. As you think, like, why are these dead bodies in here? And you kind of remember that, and like, oh,
Yeah, the
this-
mifflets were trying to like breed them.
probably, yeah.
Oops, sorry.
But yeah, the next nearest unfinished thing is if we want to deal with the kobold spirits, the room north of us.
Okay.
Room has an entrance from here or from the main hall. Adjacent to us, there were some kobold spirits. I want to say they were going through motions and seemed to be aware of us, I think, but weren't hostile or anything. We just shut the door and walked away. Again.
Yeah, from your memory, they didn't seem to be aware of you. It was like,
But weren't
like,
aware of us? Okay.
yeah, they were just reenacting out some
It was
sort
a
of
while
fight.
ago.
Yeah.
I thought they were aware of us. Yeah, and that's about all we know of the room. I don't think we searched it. I don't think we set fire to it.
You saw the ghost and you were like, same thing with the fly. Shut the door.
Yes, and walked away.
Don't need to deal with that.
And again, on a meta level, it's one of the first rooms on the first floor. We can probably just open the door, deal with whatever it is. If it becomes a fight, we can probably just immediately stomp it. Yeah, and this door north of us here, I'm not going to click on it, because I don't want to open it. But this one here, or from the hallway out here, we can enter it from the east side of the thing.
Okay. I will listen to it first. Listen at the door to see if I see anything or hear anything.
It'd be this one up here or this one over
Which
here.
one?
Or you don't hear anything behind the door.
Let me just check something first.
I think the next thing we were trying to get to is clear on the other side of this map, so. Right?
I'm opening the door.
Outside, and then we walk around the room that we're about to enter and can walk up over that bridge.
Okay.
So
I open the door.
So, again, you see this room that has like a collapsed ceiling in the middle of the room. There's like a ragged hole in the roof, and you see, just a pile of rubble on the floor. Some tapestries that have been just rotted away. Whatever was on them is hidden to time. Some arrow slits and ruined side tables, and the remains of a fancy dining table, mostly pulverized by the fallen ceiling. Seems just kind of quiet and eerie. As you step into the room, you see like these basically, ghostly figures of kobolds that kind of come up and like some of them run into the room, and you see one of them like is in the back, and these other ones that seem to be trying to protect it, and even more kobolds come in and are fighting each other and just falling. And you notice as one of them, like the ghostly figure, falls to the ground, and in its death or whatever, like where it falls, you see like basically bones of a kobold laying there on the floor. Then they kind of fade
it's
out.
a ghostly reenactment of how they died.
Yeah, after the battle plays out, it kind of just basically resets and loops.
still kind of creepy, but now in comparison to all of the things we've seen since, much less creepy than it was at the time.
Yeah, and Master Balthazar is like, gotta love a good haunting.
I'm gonna try to make a. Oh, it is.
Is it targetable? Fuck yeah, it is. Recall knowledge. Is that something that I know anything about?
It is not something that Zane knows anything about.
How
Maybe.
about?
With the necromancy. Sorry, I did miss that part of it. Zane recognizes that these are like, there's these haunts spirits, like they could turn kind of, nasty at you, possibly, but there is pretty easy ways to like put the spirits to rest.
Oh. How?
Tending to their bones, giving them a simple.
Just bury him?
Yeah. I mean, bury them if it's an option, maybe. But even if we just like laid them out like in an orderly row along the side of the room, like just acknowledge their loss instead of leaving them there essentially unknown. If somebody knows any words to speak over them, like it certainly wouldn't hurt. Barrack can maybe give a little bit of a like renewal, and death is just part of a cycle sort of thing.
How about a funeral pyre? We've got fine wood. I'm sure we've got oil.
That would probably work. Want to probably do it right in the middle of the room, since the room is now open to the sky. You use a lot of the table as the kindling.
Yeah.
If we want to start like gathering them up, and like we may have to watch the battle play out a couple times to spot all of the bodies, because some of them are probably like buried under parts of the ceiling at this point. If we watch the battle play out, we're gonna know, oh, like there's like a dude died here. We can die dude here.
Can we figure out how many? Can we figure out how many kobolds to have that we have to bury or burn?
I mean, you'd have to go in there and start digging around the rubble.
Oh, well, Codon will start digging then.
If what we're seeing is a reenactment, then wouldn't that mean all of the we could count the number of people?
Count those people.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you watch them, it'd probably take you, like a good 10-15 minutes to just kind of watch enough to where you like think you know where they all are. The general areas of them.
Okay.
So I'll start clean, pick, clean, pick. Go.
And I will do the opposite.
Pick. Go do a grid like find and follow the reenactment and gather up the bones as they fall and make sure we get them all. I'm assuming as we pick them up, that portion of the reenactment ends, so we know which ones to find.
Not just as you pick them up, but you set them down, kind of
you
using
leave little flags
dry
or
wood,
something.
and then burn them.
Yep.
Takes you a little bit of time, but you collect them all up, get them into a pile of this old wood that is really easy to set fire to because it's just very old and decrepit. And as you do that, you see that as they start burning, the spirits, kind of one by one, just kind of fade out. And while you guys are going through the bones, there are a couple that have still have some possessions that you can pick up as you're
Vial
taking
labeled
bones.
yum. Adder venom is a simple but effective way to enhance a weapon. Can that be added to any weapon?
Is that? It just takes a activate, interact, to action interact. I should have made that like a confiscate. What do you call it? Like obfuscate it, to where just the bottle is labeled yum.
Yum, 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 yum. So it's got some caltrops, snares, and wolf fang, some gold pieces and silver pieces. Unless if somebody's got some strong desire for any of those, I'll just throw it in the heavy hauler bag of...
The snare is like basically a trap that you can throw down. Just takes an action to throw it down. The wolf fang is...
The wolf fang and the talisman can be attached to your weapon.
Yeah.
Gives you a one-time trigger effect.
Oh.
You
If you trip a foe, it also takes damage.
Tied to a buckler or strap or a suit of armor. Yeah, I'm going to attach that to my suit of armor.
Yeah, you can attach that to your armor, and then it's just a free action to activate it when you trip somebody. And then it consumes it. It just deals bludgeoning damage to him as well.
What does it take to trip?
It's like
The trip action.
Yeah, it's a trip action. It's pretty similar to like a shove or grapple. You roll a check against their fortitude save. Fortitude or reflex, I can't remember.
Rip. Ooh, I got a plus 12 on that. Apparently I'm a good tripper.
It does take either an open hand or an weapon with the trip trait on it.
And the caltrop snare?
Anybody want to take that snare?
Not really.
Let me see. Nah.
It's a snare with caltrops.
Yeah.
If we want to get to the boathouse, I believe we can just exit from the room we just crossed, the one between here and the fly room. Just walk around to the boathouse, I think. Okay, I think that's wide enough to walk around. If not, we could probably get out somewhere else. I think we can get out of the tower.
I think you can get
the
out.
tower
Like,
actually has
you
a
guys know
door.
you can get out right in this room, that wall that was busted out. Or,
Yeah, that's what I was saying before, was go that way. Or the tower has a door that goes out.
Yeah, the round tower room.
Oh, right, the bloodstain.
And if you, as you guys go into that room, that blood is still on the floor. Do you want me to catch you up, Kick-Ass?
Yeah, please.
So yeah, you approach this long wooden bridge that kind of
That means we're up
spans
to where
that little
we...
gap. Yeah, little island in this, a large island and a smaller one. Single-story building sits amid the thick reeds growing on the smaller island.
Let's cross.
Hey. Okay, listen.
Right, give me a perception check. Seems fairly quiet.
Okay, you guys ready?
Yep.
Okay. I guess it's locked.
Yeah, the doors are seem to be locked here.
Okay. I do really bad at lock picking, so let's see how many lock picks I go through.
You've got magical ones.
And I do have keys too,
Great.
don't I?
Oh, we do have keys. All sorts of different keys.
Yeah, I've got a whole bunch of keys. I've got a sneaky key. Oh, wait a minute. That's a consumable item, so
Yeah,
I probably
that's
don't
the
want to
one.
use it yet.
Yeah.
I've got an iron key, a defaced iron key, bronze key. I'm gonna try the bronze key. I'll try the 2 bronze keys that I have.
Yeah, you pull them out and take a look at them, and I'm just looking in your inventory real quick to make sure. There's one bronze key that has a picture of a lighthouse, and the other one that has a picture of a book.
Picture of a
You
book.
know the one with the picture of the book goes to the library that was downstairs?
Okay.
And I believe the
And-
lighthouse one, you guys, it unlocked the trapdoor at the top of the lighthouse. Yeah, you looking at
Okay.
these ones, looking at the keys you have, basically, I'll tell you, like, none of them seem to fit.
Okay.
Can we just start breaking a door down?
Let me just use my lock picks just to see what happens. See how many lock picks I go through.
Try the door on the left. Maybe that one's better.
Maybe
Okay.
the left door is
Sorry,
unlocked.
picks give you give you a bonus too.
Okay. So what do I need to roll?
It'd be thievery check. Give me a sec. I'll put it in the chat there. I
Okay.
was just looking up what the difficulty check would be.
Ooh.
So that one failed. So
Okay.
you just got to get 3 successes, and I'll let you know. Let me do
Okay.
this instead. I'm going to delete that one. I'm going to do thievery again. Thievery, not secret, so you can see.
Okay. So there is. There's
Oh,
one.
nice, yeah. So you, after failing, you're like, try again, and you just pop it open.
Oh. Okay. So I don't need to get 3.
Not on a critical. I'll say you just unlock it.
Cool. Okay. I open the door
You see this
and
little,
I see.
looks like it was a study. Several bookshelves, a desk, a couple chairs, and the room looks like it has been tossed about.
Any of these books.
Tons of the books are on the floor, drawers in the desk are like open.
Looking at the books, do I see anything that looks like it might be interesting? Because if
As
I'm
you-
not mistaken, there's someone looking for books.
Well, I think you gave him all the books that
Okay.
he needed, but I mean, I'm sure he'll give you more if you go on it. As you start looking through the books, you're not catching anything that catches your eye, really. Just some mostly stuff about like magic and theories and stuff like that.
Okay.
As you're
I will.
kind of looking through them, all of a sudden these like lights start glowing in the room,
Oh,
and you hear kind of a voice, kind of a deep voice claiming out to be like, who disturbs the dangerous wispy ghost spooky wisp? Who dares disturb me?
Obviously, the spooky with disturbers.
The half-pint fellas.
The Friends of Spooky Wisp, of course.
He's like, Spooky Wisp has no friends.
Until now.
Give me perception check. All right, Kodon, you notice that like these lights that you see, you think, you know, at first you've recently fought a few of those wisps, and you're like, ah, crap, it's more of those things. But you realize that like they're not quite that. They just seem to be more like dancing lights.
So fake Will-O-Wisp. Somebody's controlling this.
Somebody's putting us on.
Do I see somewhere in the room where they might be hiding?
Would need to have line of sight if you were casting a spell. I.e., whoever cast this thing has to be somewhere that could see it.
You step up into the room and kind of look around for a hiding spot because you're still kind of outside the door. Yeah, you step up in the room and look around. There's like shelves that you can kind of see pretty clearly. The only area that you see that would be obvious hiding spot is under this desk.
I will peek underneath the side desk. Peekaboo! I see you.
Suddenly, like as you peek down, you see this little figure that like suddenly flies out and kind of startles you. He jumps out and he's like, "Ah, you found me, no fair." And it's just this
Hello.
like, how'd you know I was under there? That's not fair.
That's disturbing.
Take your child to Hawaiian workday.
He is definitely very fey looking.
Your alien vampire child?
Mm-hmm. Is like in a playful, wants to play tag type mood? Is that the vibe I'm getting?
Kinda, yeah. If you want to roll like a target him and do a recall knowledge to see if you know what this thing is, but it definitely looks like a baby gone wrong or something. Meredith and Zane, you guys know, like Zane recognizes it definitely right off the bat as a brownie. It's a type of fae.
Mischievous, but not necessarily malicious.
Not necessarily.
I think
They could be if provoked to be, but you can you got a crit success if you want to learn 2 things about it.
I don't think they have alignment, but do they have like a demeanor or a person like a?
They are definitely mischievous. They like most fae, they like to set out to cause trouble or like just mild pranks and stuff like that. They do have magical abilities that they rely on. You would know that they're very honest, almost to a fault.
Gotcha.
They also like kind of take freely. They're like, "Oh, if I see it and I want it, it's mine."
Fair enough.
Like they might eat an apple pie from a farmer's orchard, but like they usually like do something in return, but they like harvest the tree as repayment, or if they come in your kitchen, eat a pie off your windowsill, they'll straighten up the kitchen or do the dishes before they leave.
Gotcha.
Like, I ate your pie, but I did your dishes, so we're even. I'm out of here.
And then I guess, do they have any resistance?
No. Other than you would know cold iron because it's fae.
That's a weakness though, right?
Yeah. I would just say, like,
Gotcha.
you getting crit fail knowing it's a fae, you would know fae type creatures have the cold iron weakness.
Sure. I actually, while we were in town, bought a piece of cold iron specifically in case we had to encounter one violently.
He jumps up on the desk and he's all like, hey, You're obviously good at getting stuff, finding stuff. How'd you like to do me a favor?
Yeah, we
What's the
could probably do
favor?
that.
He's like, there's this really neat shiny on in the other room over there. It's the room to the southwest. Kind of pointing towards the doors over here. But if you go get it, I'll tell you 3 secrets I've learned. I've learned lots of cool secrets. You go get my shiny and bring it to me, and I'll tell you those secrets. Well, I was gonna get the shiny myself. I found it and it's mine because I found it and I touched it. But then this stupid mean doll thing, beak face thing, came and took it back.
Okay.
He's like, you got to be careful. That meanie he'll definitely try to stop you from getting in the shiny.
We get it?
Sure. His childlike charm has
Convinced you?
convinced me. Do it. Shiny.
Okay. So I'll listen at the door. So I'll do a perception.
And you don't hear anything.
Okay. I'll open the door.
Alrighty, you see this little hallway that kind of hooks around to the south. You see a series of 4 paintings that hang on the northern and western wall of this hallway. You see, like, they're kind of being covered by like some mold and decay. Yeah, there's some moisture that's been dripping down. The first painting you see is like it's enormous. It's almost 7 feet tall and almost as wide. It's a landscape painting that depicts the city of Absalom in flames, with ghosts rising from the city streets between burning buildings. The lower frame part bears a plaque that reads, "So shall the fools suffer." The second painting, nearly as large, is kind of the same style, but it's a different subject. Depicts Gauntlet Keep as it, but basically looks like before it was collapsed. Like, you would think it would have been the lighthouse that rises is what you recognize, but you see like the outbuildings are all still intact, and the plaque on that one reads, "Let the light shine forever." Third is a portrait is just completely shredded. It looks like someone just cut it up and shredded it. The plaque reads, "The artist at work." And the fourth and final portrait is a smaller circular portrait. It depicts a smirking woman dressed in a red gown with a high collar. Plaque reads, "The Lady of the Light." And you see scratched onto the painting is the sentence, "I serve you still, you shall be avenged."
Okay.
Actually, let's see, that's the portrait.
It's a totally normal looking smile.
Yeah, it's not creepy or weird or uncanny valley at all. Yeah, but other than that, the hallway seems to be pretty bare. There's, like moisture on the floor, mold on the walls. Hooks around, 2 more doors. You guys gonna follow it around, or?
Yeah, let's follow it around.
Yep. Oh, do we know what that shiny looks like?
You didn't ask for
I bet it will be shiny. Does anything here look tiny?
Nothing in here looks shiny now. Everything looks gross.
And nothing with
We asked him what the shiny thing looks like.
You go back and be like, "Hey, what does that look like?" He just kind of rolls his eyes and he's like, "It's shiny. You'll know it when you see it."
So obvious.
Okay. Okay, I will walk around. I am moving stealthily, if it makes any difference. Okay, I will listen at,
Real quick though, give me a stealth check.
there it is.
And then you're going to listen in at the door.
I will listen at the door, so I'll make a perception. Okay, I'll make that one.
Yeah, you listen at the door. You don't hear anything. It's just quiet.
Okay, I will open the door.
So you see this room that looks like it was in a workshop of some sort. By the quality of like the flooring before its current state, it looks like it would have been a pretty elegant place. You see soggy strings of dripping moss hanging through cracks in the domed roof above. A carpet of broken glass glitters dangerously. Workbenches and shelves, armatures and displays, all formerly used in crafting or repairing immense lenses for a lighthouse, lie in ruins. Only a bejeweled spyglass sitting on a display rack near the southern wall has just survived the devastation.
Does the bejeweled look shiny?
Definitely looks shiny.
So it is right. Oops, it's right there.
Correct.
So let me think. Okay, so does it look like it's firmly attached, or does it look like I could run in there, grab it, and book out?
No, it looks like it's sitting on this display case. On a display rack. It's like looks like it's built for it. There might have been glass around it at one point, but it's probably some of the shattered glass on the floor is the remnants of the case, but it's like, got a couple little wooden pole, like not posts that have like half circles cut out of them where it's resting in it, kind of making the spyglass sit up. It doesn't, from what you can see, it doesn't look like it's strapped down or attached in any way. It's just kind of sitting there.
Okay. What I could do, and this is probably going to fail miserably, is I could run in there, which would take one action, grab it, which hopefully does it look like grabbing it would take more than an action?
I would say just grabbing it would be like a free action and you were to run in.
Okay. So should I try it?
We're not in combat rounds or anything like that, so like you would just say, okay, I'm running in and I'm gonna grab it and run back out. That's your plan, right?
Yeah, basically I'm gonna go.
Tell everyone that's what you're gonna do.
Yeah, basically my movement. Let's see, my movement is basically I'm gonna run in there and grab it and then run straight back out.
Okay. So yeah, you run in there and you get up to it and pick it up. Give me, I don't know. Wonder if I could just drop it on here. Yeah. As you do that though, go ahead and you can double click on that and loot it if you want. But as you do it and you get past, you see like the rest of you guys, you're focused on that. The rest of the party sees here in the middle, some shifting rubble, and then a little creature kind of pops out and flies up in the air like on these like wooden or these like fabric wings. Let's show you a picture.
Hello, birdie.
Yeah, it just kind of stands up and flaps up and is warbling in this warbling kind of weird voice, like almost sounds like a record player that's been warped or something. Is like, is Master Eisenreich coming back? And then it kind of looks around and it sees Kick-Ass like just gripping this spyglass, and it just lets out this angry squawk, and then it's like, thief. And then from there, we'll roll initiative, and that'll probably be a good place to stop for the night. All right, guys. Thanks.
Thank
It
you.
was fun.
Thank you.
Exciting. Thank you.